Gang. What up, man? What up with y'all? I am the host, KarnageSlaughter, myself, man, and welcome back to KS University, man. I thank y'all for coming over here. And right now, you watching with me a little bit, about somebody starting a business, to be more specific, some sisters on how they started their business, I believe. So, and this is a good story. It's a great story. It's a motivational, story to me. For all of you who want to start your business and get it popping. And hopefully, like I said, I don't get nothing blocked and stuff like that. Because I be seeing they be hating on me, man. I be seeing they notice that. So let's keep it popping, dog.
This is melted plastic mixed with sand.
It has to look like food. Ideally speaking, it's very visual like that.
And it becomes as hard as concrete once a hydraulic press squeezes it into shape. A company in Nairobi wants to install these plastic bricks on streets across Kenya's capital. Nzambe Mate opened her company, Utmg Makers, in 2018.
So Utmg is a Swahili word which translates to build yourself.
The factory processes 3 of the 7 types of single-use plastics.
Here on my right, these are the hard plastics, and here on my left, these are the soft plastics.
Kenya has one of the world's toughest bans on plastic bags, but bottles and other containers are still everywhere. This is where workers sort them. They can handle about 10 metric tons of plastic every month.
So this is the guy who starts our production. Without him, we are nothing. So big up.
Vinny operates the crusher, which pulverizes plastic into small pieces.
Let's crush it very loud.
Workers fold the dry mix together with a shovel.
Depending on the color you want, this is a stage at which you put the color pigment. And then after that, it's fed on the extruder.
This machine heats the plastic and sand mixture until it's soft enough to mold.
This is one of my proudest moments as a person, as a team member, and also as the founder of Utmg. So what you see here, the machine and all the others, we fabricated here in Utmg. It is mixed together at very high temperatures. So it ranges anything from 300 to 400 degrees centigrade, where it mixes that plastic and sand and forms a gooey, like a dough-like material. And that's what we make the brick with.
Each lump of the mixture is weighed by hand. People say the smell is something like new asphalt on a hot day.
So the brick currently Joseph is producing is a 1.3 kilogram. So that's what it's measuring. It's measuring 1.3 kilogram of the mixture.
This hydraulic press can squeeze 9 bricks at a time.
Ideally speaking, it's like baking a cookies. And this here is Lawrence. He's the guy with the magic touch, so I'll let him do his thing.
At this point, the bricks need to cool, so they can harden at room temperature.
So here's the curing bay. So once we take from the hydraulic press, we feed it in the curing bay, and then after like about 2 to 5 minutes, you have a finished product.
Many bricks come off the press with jagged edges. A worker breaks them off on a large stone before adding the...
That right there, that's slick, y'all. I like that. That's somebody came up with their own business, man. For you business-minded people, this is something you can do. You're really looking forward to getting your own business, starting your own company. I think this is something that's really investable. I like that, man. I like that. That's creating a new way to make bricks, man. For a new foundation to get laid down here, gang. Y'all ever get tired of the old concrete foundation? And I think they was already working on making the concrete more refixable itself. That way it can fix itself. That way it can once the cracks come in, there's some water that'll take place, some juice come out of the product that's inside of it that's going to replace it. And then once the juice come out, I guess the concrete to start forming back together like a sword do, gang. It's crazy, but it's the truth. And they've been working on this technology for years, so it's like, that's slick. That's pretty slick, though. What they got right here, I like that. I like black people who trying to come up with their own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Support them. Like, y'all, make sure y'all go support them. We don't do enough of that. Support your people, gang. I'm gonna keep this on for y'all. I gotta go finish my food up, though. Rock out to it, gang. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Adding the finished bricks to a stack. A pallet of 400 plastic pavers can sell for up to $150, depending on the thickness. The company says that's about 25% cheaper than bricks made from concrete. But experts say these innovations may increase the amount of plastic released into the environment.
Roads are subject to constant abrasion. We drive on them, right? And so roads are actually the primary source of microplastics in the environment.
In recent years, researchers have found microplastics in nearly every sample of our food, drinking water, the air we breathe, and even inside our bodies. Tangri says that any solution that doesn't focus on decreasing the amount of new plastic going into production lets the people who created the problem off the hook.
The petrochemical industry would like nothing better than to say we can put it all into roads or we can do something else with it.
Still, roads made with plastic are cheaper, mainly because they require less asphalt. And they make good use of plastic that would otherwise end up in places like Dandora, Nairobi's only official landfill. Nzambi knows that her invention can't tackle a mountain of trash that large. So far, her factory has recycled 50 metric tons of waste this year, but Nairobi produces 6 times that amount of plastic trash every single day.
We need variant solutions. So I cannot say this is the solution in terms of like does the biggest impact and all that stuff. No. Does it have an impact? Yes. Do we need to do more? Definitely.
She employs 20 people full-time, nearly all of them under 30 years old.
Me, my team, and everyone else in the startup, we get to earn a living. That I'm happy with.
Most of her customers are local, including her mother, who is also an entrepreneur. She just started a business raising egg-laying hens in her backyard.
They are very peaceful birds. Yeah, I've got 1,200. Yes.
Nzambi's first experiments with plastic trash took place here. Now, her bricks cover the entire driveway.
Even outside, she has done this up to outside the compound. And we are very grateful. Now we live in a very good place.
Eventually, Nzambi wants her business to grow internationally.
Plastic waste is not just a Kenya problem, it's not a Nairobi problem, it's a worldwide problem. And so if we can figure out how to solve it in our local, then it's easy to replicate a solution to maybe to start to the East Africa region, and then to the greater part of the world.
In India, another company is also finding a way to reuse plastic waste.
These sneakers are made from 100% recycled materials. The company that makes them says each pair contains 10 plastic bags and 12 bottles. 23-year-old Ashay Bave launched Daily in July 2021.
Theli because it is the Hindi word for plastic bags.
At first, Bave struggled to gather materials, even though trash in India ends up in all kinds of places.
I assumed that it would be easy to find, waste plastic bags, but that wasn't the case.
So Bave partnered with a waste removal company that hires rag pickers. Those are people who collect recyclables from the street to sell for cash. TrioTap Technologies offers them a steady paycheck and an indoor sorting space.
बजाती हूँ रात को 7 बजे जाता हूँ.
They clean the bags in a hot tub filled only with water, without any added chemicals, and then hang them out to dry. Inside the warehouse, Zairuddin stacks 8 to 10 layers of bags at a time.
दिन में कम से कम 100 बना लेता हूँ.
Then places the pile under a heat press. This finished product will cover most of the sneaker. The company's founder calls it Daily Tex.
So it's a material that's made entirely out of waste plastic bags without the use of any chemicals.
They sell for about 25 US cents per sheet. Cyrudine packs and ships them 7 hours north to the Nitouche footwear factory. That's where the shoe will be assembled. First, Daily Tex sheets are die cut using metal forms. Other patterns are cut from rPET fabric, which is made from recycled bottles, and woven into something like canvas. These sheets come from a company in Taiwan. The workers stitch the two types of materials together. The assembled upper gets stretched out. Daily's soles are made from crumbs of industrial rubber. A worker needs to rough the sole on this grinder, so the glue added in the next step will adhere. They coat the top of the sole with a clear glue. A special UV light increases its stickiness. The shoes go through a series of heat treatments and coats to strengthen the bond between the sole and the upper. Then comes the final round of stitching. Daily's laces are also made from recycled plastic. This factory employs 170 people and makes shoes for 3 different companies.
We wanted to make sure that we're still using existing sneaker manufacturing techniques. We didn't want to reinvent the wheel.
Nitouche turns out 15,000 pairs of shoes every week, and they try to recycle everything, even scraps.
It's recycled, and some of it is also reused to make more Daily Tex sheets.
And once a customer is through with a Daily sneaker, Bave says they can send it back to the company for a discount.
This allows us to responsibly recycle them. We refurbish them, and we're donating them to charities and refugee camps.
This young entrepreneur built a business by crushing bottles back into sand.
So, gang, as y'all can see, just bear with me right now, gang. I got my breakfast popping on, so you already know it's finna be popping. But yeah, look at how they making this money, man. This is money being made at the finest art, and I think these are some ways that our black people should, take note of, gang. For real, take note. Get your notebooks, write them down. I'm helping you innovate. I'm helping you do something else in your life, gang. Yes, sir. And my son drew this little picture. I like it. Small. You might can't see it, but I like it. He drew it. I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, innovate, man. Get your minds pumping. Let's keep going.
She co-founded what could be Louisiana's biggest glass recycling operation. And in about 2 years, she saved 4 million beer bottles worth of glass from landfills. And it's ramping up at a time when global supplies of sand are actually running out.
We are using up sand at a faster rate than it can be naturally created.
So volunteers use the crushed up glass to help rebuild the coastline. Francisca Troutman started Glass Half Full with her boyfriend in February of 2020, while they were still college students.
One night during college, over a bottle of wine that we knew would end up in a landfill, we decided, instead of continuing to complain about the problem and the lack of glass recycling, that we would just do something about it.
So we had this idea, but that was about it. No waste management experience, no recycling experience.
They raised about $18,000 to cover startup costs, including a machine that could grind up 1 bottle at a time.
As this literal mountain of glass started to form in my residential neighborhood, we're like, okay, we gotta do something here, quick.
Since moving into this warehouse in August 2020, they've received a non-stop avalanche of glass to recycle. People can drop it off for free or pay to have it picked up.
Once a can is full, we will dump it into our glass mountain. Unless it's a special color, it'll be mixed into here.
Colorful bottles can be turned into specialty sand that sells at a higher price.
So this is blue sand made from Bombay gin bottles. Artists really love to use it. People love to use it in their gardens.
But most bottles are thrown onto what Fran calls Glass Mountain.
So Glass Mountain is always expanding and contracting. We're always adding glass to it and taking glass away to be crushed. Woo!
Eventually, workers scoop the bottles up with this loader and dump them into a crushing machine.
It's metered out into the conveyor belt, and it'll go up this conveyor belt and hit the hammers where it'll be crushed, and then turned into sort of a mixture of sand and gravel and labels.
The pulverizer leaves behind some larger chunks of glass that are too big to use.
Everything that's bigger than 3/8 of an inch will be taken out. So that'll include labels, metals, caps. Anything non-glass will come out of this process.
They're still figuring out what to do with these leftovers.
And the newer models allow you to send this waste stream back through the system. So we're working on raising money in order to get that new system.
At the warehouse, some usable sand is piling up too, because one crucial piece of equipment is too small.
You can really see the difference in size of this compared to our machine. So our machine can process a lot quicker than this can sift.
The sifter filters out any leftover label pieces and sorts the sand by size.
And you just scoop the unsifted product, put it in the top, and it'll shake it all down until it's separated into each of the 5 sizes.
The largest grains of glass help pay the bills. Glass half full sells them as gravel. Some buyers mix it into flooring. The smallest type of sand is a fine powder.
This is like the consistency of flour. It's extremely soft. I wish everyone could touch it and walk on it.
It goes into sandbags the company gives away for free.
People use sandbags to put up against their doors, up against their homes, anywhere where water could get in, because we're super prone to flooding here.
In between the powder and the gravel is coarse sand, the kind Fran and Max use to rebuild the coast.
So this is like the size we'd be using for coastal restoration. You can see it's not sharp, so it's not going to cut me.
At an event called a deployment, the Coalition to Restore Coastal Louisiana dropped about 10 tons of recycled sand along Lake Pontchartrain.
This is the battlefront that y'all are helping us to protect today. Thank you for coming.
Fran and Max hand out the sand in burlap bags, which were donated by local coffee roasters.
We like being able to move it with manpower and kind of get as many people involved as we can. It's a really beautiful thing to see.
Fran and Max hope their story will inspire others to make a difference.
I think this is really more so the story of a community coming together to say we demand change and we're not going to wait any longer.
2 individuals decided to start this, and now over 2 million pounds of glass are not in a landfill, and they're making a difference in other areas.
In South Africa, 2 sisters figured out how to turn PVC into high-end home goods.
PVC is one of the most common plastics in the world. And even though this material can be recycled over and over again, it often isn't. That's what inspired these 2 sisters to launch their own business. Mo is the artist behind Mo's Crib,
They actually dye it.
while her sister Michelle runs the business side of things.
Oh, they all have prices. We are actually both Mo. My African name is Mushibudi, which is an M-O, and my sister's African name is Murungwe. And our surname also happens to be M-O, Mugoni. So it really made sense for us to call it Mo's Crib.
Mo and Michelle get most of their raw material from the wholesale company Sizabantu Piping.
Okay,
Mo sorts through piles of broken PVC pipes.
Now see, this the one I was looking at. But as y'all get it, man, that's that money, that's that bread, that's what we need to be doing. Now I had to make me some oatmeal, a couple sausages on the side, right? Thank God for this food, by the receiving name. That's my body. Christ, say Jesus' name, I pray. Hey man, you know y'all better be praying over your food, making sure you doing what you gotta do when you eat. Man, I'm still. Oh well. You feel me? Always. Cal, what you doing, Cal? Oh. Man, you in this man, bro. Get out. Toys and butter there, man. Get out of here. Yeah, my son in trouble, man. Man, dog, you cook good food, they throw the shit away. Like, come on, foolish. No. He won't get no more. Trouble. But this is money making at an art at its finest. A development in which some of us haven't developed, which I think some of y'all should. I'm just saying, let's go along and see who else got some companies. Cause look, see what we got, gang.
The challenges facing our world are growing all the time. How do we build stronger economies with equal opportunities for all? How do we build a sustainable world for generations to come? How do we protect our cities and harness the power of technology for our common benefit? Humanity has always been good at forward thinking. We will make sense of the problems of tomorrow. Inequality, sustainability, urbanization, the gender gap, and the demographic time bomb.
Alright, that was the sign of that earth, that hum they do when you do that meditation. I need some bread with these sausages, though, gang. Y'all see what it said? The economy of tomorrow, right? I like that title because that's what it's all about. Tomorrow. Okay. Remember, right? Gang, let's remember it's always about tomorrow. Right? Always. It never fail, man. And when you can better tomorrow, ain't nothing better than that. So let's keep going.
The world is changing. Today we stand on the brink of a fourth industrial revolution, one that will transform the way we work, the way we live, and even what makes us human.
See, now that's different.
There's a group of technologies that are combining to create transformation across almost every industry at the moment. And those technologies include things like artificial intelligence, 3D printing, robotics, big data, and then some things on the sort of life sciences front in terms of genetics and medical imaging.
Now look, gang, I told y'all this is different. This is where the real money at. This is where the real money at. This is what black people should be into. This is what y'all black folks should be putting that money behind. All the millions and billions of dollars some of you artists got, gang. This right here gonna pay. This gonna pay. This is the market today. You heard him, right?
And that these things are sort of combining in a way that's bringing about a host of transformative changes across industries. I would describe the fourth industrial revolution actually quite similarly to how I would describe the past three, and that is technology that leads
to massive gains in productivity. And massive gains in productivity mean substantial improvements to everyone's quality of life.
The world has been through revolutions before. The advent of mechanization, then electronics, then the digital revolution, all profoundly changed the world's economies. But this revolution could be even more disruptive.
I think in previous revolutions you could really talk about them as industrial revolutions. What was changing was how things were made, factories, industry, often heavy industry in particular. Here you're seeing transformation across really a whole range of not just industry, but services and the creation of whole new business models that didn't exist before.
And that's real. This is what we need our black people in. We need our black folks in some of these companies, gang, creating some of this shit. Up in there, right when they do create this shit, so they can be part of it. You feel me? They go home and teach the boys and girls at their crib about this shit, about the technology to take place in the future to come. You feel me? That's that real shit. Fuck what you talking about. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't, gang. For real, y'all. Y'all know I ain't bullshit. At the end of the day, though, yeah, man, like this, that shit. And then a motherfucker need to be teaching us as black people, gang. For real. Like, what it take? What it take for another black man to reach another one and tell him about this business, this shit on the black top that we should be partaking in and investing in. $8:42. Make sure y'all had your breakfast this morning, gang. Make sure you niggas when they had your breakfast. Now don't get it twisted. You done seen me smoke this morning. Yeah, most definitely. But my breakfast right here, I was cooking. Got my kids out the crib. My wife out the crib. You know what I'm saying? Came back, made something to eat. Sat back, doing the job with you niggas. But at the end of the day, the business, what's your business you want? What business is it that you got out there? No. Don't let it, confuse you that you shouldn't have a business plan or shouldn't have something, on the brink of something you want to do coming up. You better have something you want to do, gang. Anything in art, drawing. What's your craft? What's your talent? What you amazing at, gang? Not loading and cocking guns. Forget that. What are you amazing at? Do you do anything amazing? Not being on the street selling dope, weed. Like, come on. What is it that you do? What's your niche? Sometimes everybody gonna have a niche. You do. At the end of the day, know your niche, man, and know what it is, man, and know, what it is that you gotta do. Like yourself. Some people will try to tell you who you is, and some people try to make it out to you who you really are. When they don't even know that hell. Fuck. It be that real out here. That's family, hold on.
This before, what's different a little bit about this particular revolution is that it gets into a whole range of things that people only thought were ever only possible for humans to do. Jobs that were human jobs before aren't going to be human jobs anymore.
At the heart of this fourth revolution is artificial intelligence, the ability of machines to match and perhaps one day surpass.
Was going to be human jobs. Was once that was human jobs, ain't going to be human jobs no more. So I'm glad everybody want to get that money in, baby. Like, come on, baby, get that money. You feel me, baby? But once the robots take over, what's going to do the job? This. Is it YouTube, you think? Well, they gonna have robots rapping and shit too? I don't think so. Ain't nobody gonna watch that shit. I don't know. I don't know if nobody gonna listen to that. Yet alone, I don't think, I'll be real with you. I don't think nobody gonna wanna see none of that bullshit no robots doing, gang. They taking over people, jobs and shit like that. Come on, man. That ain't what's up. I'm here to tell you first, don't say I ain't said. Might be an old man when it happen. I might be saying the same message, right? Pay attention, man, right now. You're telling us what's taking place.
Ask the cognitive ability of their human creators.
What's happening now is a big deal. It is making a big difference in the way people live, the way people interact with each other. It is sort of obliterating distance. It is, in some cases, removing humans from tasks that we once thought were the sole province of the human mind. These analytic tasks that we thought only a human brain could do, we're suddenly finding that algorithms can do, that machines can do.
These are early days in the brave new world of artificial intelligence, but the potential benefits are vast.
What are some of the liberating benefits of artificial intelligence? There are actually a lot. If you think about something just like driverless cars, autonomous vehicles, which is one use of AI that people are talking about, that could have a really liberating impact on a lot of people's lives. If you think about older people who can no longer drive, they're very shut in their houses right now, very dependent on others for transportation. With driverless cars, they would be able to go about their daily life. And then you're seeing with big data that this may have a profound impact on drug development, that you'll find new pharmaceuticals being developed at a faster rate to cure diseases because the computers are essentially able to sort through the data and pick up connections that otherwise would be missed.
For health in particular, the advantages of machine learning and data science are immense. Those have an incredible chance to address both very infrequent diseases and diseases which affect different parts of the population very differently. If we're going to cure cancer, it's probably going to come through data science.
You see what I'm saying? Look, you know, so black people, y'all get it together, get your kids in the businesses, man. Data science, medicine, health, you know, science, math, parents, stand on them kids. Do what it gotta take to make sure you're sure to get the knowledge that's needed. I ain't fuck all the other shit. All the other shit out here ain't about nothing. You hear me? So, that was a little bit. To the next video, I'm finna finish banging this oatmeal and sausage gang. I'm out. Love y'all. Y'all stay up, stay safe. Hit that subscribe button too, man. Hit that subscribe button. Stop playing. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you. I'm out.